Yes, it is once again time. It's that time for yet another pirate broadcast brought to you by your host, PoGokeRo. Oh my, today's exciting topic is COVID-19 safety dance. There I am. Hey, wait, this way. There you go. Hey, what's up, America? Hello. Welcome to my pirate broadcast. I am chilling here at the sheep farm, watching the sheep get farmed, sheared, whatever. Because I would like to get copious amounts of wool to make other projects, and I'm getting there, right? It's getting there slowly but surely, and you can see them coming too, right? There's a lot. It does its job. This thing works. Okay, so yeah, here I am now. The big news in the world right now, well, at least in the United States, is COVID-19. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's got something to say about this COVID-19. Gosh darn it, what is it? Well, let me inform you. COVID-19 is a virus. It came, who knows where, probably from animals, I think, and it mutated and crossed over to humans. Yeah, okay, and so when it did that, humans started getting sick, and it's a very bad sickness. It makes you so sick, it's worse than the flu. It's worse than the flu. I mean, imagine how bad you feel with the flu. Now this is like way worse. And the problem is it's really contagious, and we don't have any cure for it. No vaccination, no nothing, no defenses, nothing. So this is being compared to the flu pandemic of 1918, the Spanish flu that killed millions of people. And everyone's flipping out, trying to stop that from happening. We don't want that to happen. Yeah, we don't want millions of people to die. That's the bad thing. So what China did was implement incredible controls on their cities. Like, they shut down everything was shut down. No one left their homes. Everyone just stayed inside and waited for the virus to die out and to be treated, and then those who had it were quarantined until the virus died out around them, or if they survived. Because what happens is it gets so bad that you need to go to the hospital, and if everyone gets sick and everyone needs to go to the hospital at the same time, there won't be enough room. There's not enough room. So what they're trying to do is slow down the rate at which people get the disease. If they can slow down the rate at which people get the disease, then the hospitals can handle it. But the problem is that in the United States, we don't know who has it and who doesn't have it. Like, that we don't have very many tests. We didn't make them. We've known about this problem incoming for like 2 months because we watched China, and as it spread out of China and infected other countries, we saw it slow rolling to the United States. We knew it was coming. The Trump administration declined to do anything about it. It didn't want to do anything about it. So now it's here. We don't know how many people have it because we don't have any tests. We don't have enough tests. Since the Trump administration won't make the tests available, or won't produce them, or won't make funding to them, like independent agencies, states, and private industry has stepped in and tried to do something about it. But it's like it's not coordinated, and it's really limited because it doesn't have the backing of the entire government. Hold on, I gotta take care of this real quick. Oh, they're gone. All right. No. Where to get you, buddy? All right, you can stay in the room for a little bit, okay? That's a good idea. All right. So we have like a really bad response to what's going on, what's going to happen eventually. Today is the 11th, so I bet you in about a week from now, things are going to be so crazy. This is like, it's like an eerie kind of calm that's around right now. Like no one really is talking about it much or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna like dump some stuff off here real quick. Like I don't need this bone meal guy or this ice. Or these trees, come on. Or this wood. Or this coal or iron. Or this glass. I mean, like, yeah, I'm just like gonna empty out my bags here. And then I can go do something mindless, like get sand. Okay, 1, 2, 3 shulker boxes, stone, come on. A bunch of iron, a bunch of food, enough food. That's enough, that's good enough. Alright, let's get out of here. That way. So I found a desert way over here. I'm trying to remember how to get there. You go to the Garden of the Gods, and then go out the mouth. Because these plateaus make like a horseshoe shape. There's the one chunk that was a brand new render. The one chunk I missed. That's hilarious. Okay, and then there it is, I see it. Alright, so the coronavirus, it's a real thing. Now, the problem is that there's a bunch of misinformation going around. Just like decimate this island. There we go. That's a good idea. Okay, Sand Island. We're gonna make you not be here anymore. Okay. Why would people do this? Well, to be trolls. I mean, just to wreck things. Well, they want to think they're smart. People have conspiracy theories that makes them feel smart if they're not following conspiracy theory, because that means they know something that other people don't know, and that special knowledge makes them smart. Like, I guess, I don't know. So it makes it feel special. I don't know, but yeah, people like conspiracy theory thinking is pretty silly, but it's there, right? It's out there, and I got a taste of it earlier when I was talking to someone who told me in total seriousness that the COVID-19 virus was created by somebody. It was engineered by somebody. It had to be. That's what they said. It had to be. I don't know why it had to be, but it had to be. It was engineered by someone to create chaos. Why would someone think that? Where would they get such a crazy idea? Oh, hey, wait a minute, where is this? Where is it? Wait, this side. Let me pop this on real quick. Infrared view. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, there we go, like that. Ta-da! What does that say? Oh, it's a tweet by Asha Rangappa that says, "This is a replay of the KGB's Operation Infection, which claimed that AIDS was a biological weapon designed by the Department of Defense to kill Africans. That operation was quite successful, so I guess they figure, why not try again?" Okay, and look at what she's quoting down here. Can you see it? It's something by Polygraph. In the early days of coronavirus outbreak in Russia, among the most popular conspiracies spread by state media was that the US created COVID-19 as a biological weapon against China, and it only affected Asian people. Like, pandemic proved those theories fake. Because yeah, it's a fake theory. But it came out of Russia. Russia started using this disinformation. And look at what this Operation Infection was. So back in the 80s, right? Soviet bloc intelligence. Operation Infection was the popular name given to the disinformation campaign run by the KGB in the 1980s to plant the idea that the United States had invented HIV/AIDS. Soviet propaganda cost countless lives, yeah, because people didn't believe it. They didn't believe the narrative. They didn't believe like that stuff was happening. It was a disease. They thought it was the United States made it. It's a Russian idea. They wanted to blame the disease on the United States. So here I'm listening to this woman tell me that she believes that the disease was made by human in order to cause chaos. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy thinking with no evidence. But look at it. We have Russia, who's already done this before. I can easily see Russia doing it again in order to mess with us. Because yeah, if people don't believe that the coronavirus is real, then they're not going to take precautions and they're going to spread it around and make it worse. And here's the problem. There's that entire propaganda company called Fox. And they have been spreading the idea that the coronavirus is a hoax. It's not real. Why? And Donald Trump is also saying that it's not real, that it's a hoax. And people believe it. People believe what Fox News tells them. Like, they're crazy. So right now in Italy, their hospitals are collapsing because there's so many people in the hospitals. There's so many sick people. People are dying because there's not enough ventilators and not enough doctors to keep them alive. All the doctors and nurses and all the staff, they're working all the time. I mean, you don't get it. I mean, I'm trying to explain it to you. Like, buddy, get out of here. I'm explaining stuff, dude. Come on. Don't be killing me. Oh, babies after me and everything. Come on, man. Come on. I didn't realize I'm already full up on sand. Oh my gosh, what? Alright. I need to dump the sand and fill up more. Okay. That's happening in Italy. This has already happened in South Korea and China. Now, Americans are like, oh, I haven't heard it. Well, when's the last time you checked up in world news outside the United States? Like, it's real easy if you look on the internet, but how many people do that? So, but here, I have more. Where's this one? What's that say? Text. I guess that's it. Oh, I'm missing one. Hold on, let me see if I find it. Text 2. There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, not so bad. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I can't. Hold on. Oh, right here, like this. Okay. Text 2. I just saw it, dude. I picked it up and I shouldn't have. There it is. Okay. Refresh. Refresh. Okay, let me try again. This side. Okay, thumbnails. Text 2. Oh no, where did I move it to? Uh-oh. To here, where it should be there. Open with... Okay, I'll start with this one. Hey, I'm not dead? Alright, good. Alright, grab all this stuff real quick before it despawns. That's why I'm here, is the sand. So what we got is people believing it's not real because they don't see it here in the United States and they don't follow up on foreign media. And a lot of people don't only get their information from Fox News, which lies and misinforms. It's propaganda. And Donald Trump also lies and misinforms. Right? We know this. So let me show you another thing. Nope, that one. Alright. Let me get my ugly mug out of the way. Or I'll move it over here. Alright, so in this picture, we map the first day that testing was done for the COVID-19. And they count days out from that point. So Italy, and if you notice, it's pretty similar. I guess that's today. This is we're in day 8 since we started testing, a week out, and we're up to over 1,000 cases. We passed 1,000 cases nationwide. So if we look at the way Italy goes, that's what we can expect. It's going to be 3,000 cases in 4 more days. And that's when Italy Italy closed all of its schools. Right now, Italy is quarantined. The whole country is shut down. You can't go in and out of Italy right now. So if you look at that map, we're not far off at all. We're like right there. And like, I don't want people to panic or anything. That's because like, what's panic gonna do? Like, panic's the worst thing you can do. Yeah, never panic, because then you lose your reason. If you panic, you're not reasonable, and if you're not reasonable, you can't use your best weapon, which is your brain. That's your best bet to get you through this. Like, panic is not gonna serve you at all. You lose your brain when you panic. You can't think because you're in a state of panic. That's why everyone bought a bunch of toilet paper. I mean, like, what? How's toilet paper gonna help you? That's crazy. But that's what panic does. So what happens is that people just start getting like really sick, and they need to go to the hospital. And then, like, sure, if they get help at the hospital, they can be okay. That's not the problem. The problem is that there's going to be so many people who are sick, who need help at the hospital, that there won't be enough room at the hospital to help them. That's the problem. That's what we're talking about. So many sick people that the hospitals can't handle it. What else do I got here? This way. Okay, yeah. Look at this. Oh, the White House told federal officials, White House told Federal Health Agency to classify coronavirus deliberations. The guy follows me everywhere. And look, there's a city right there, right across the river. Bunch of creepers want to say hi. So Donald Trump is saying publicly that the coronavirus is no big deal, and that he doesn't want to declare a state of emergency because that would contradict what he's saying, that it's not a big deal. If he declares a state of emergency, then it must be a big deal, right? Remember, Donald Trump declared a state of emergency over migrants crossing the border so he could appropriate money to build his wall. So a make-believe caravan that only appears during election season is a cause for emergency, but millions of Americans dying to disease is not a cause of emergency. I don't think that Donald guy is on Team America. So, in fact, he's hiding it. See, he wants to hide everything they're thinking about. He wants to hide. He's classifying it. Donald classifies things he doesn't want people to see. He's crazy. He classifies crimes, basically, is what he's doing. If it's classified, then you can't know that he did it. That's why he puts all his stuff on that super secret server. That top secret server for owning state secrets. He puts his stuff up there so no one can do any oversight on him and find out that he's doing dirt and prove that he's doing bad deeds. Because that's what he's doing. And we're gonna find out, of course. It's once we take back control of the White House, we're gonna find out about this stuff. Because the next president can just declassify it. And yeah, We're gonna find out how evil is Donald. So yeah. Digging up sand. I'm like a cat. A cat in a giant litter box. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. Those creeper amigos are over there, just hanging out. This is a good spot to get sand. I like this. This is just like nice. All right. What else do I got here? I got that one. Okay, yeah, this one said, this is, get out of here, back up a bit, move away from the creepers. Okay, look at this one. This is in Italy. She said, there are a lot of young people in our ICUs. Our youngest, a 38-year-old who had no comorbidities, underlying health problems. A lot of patients need help with breathing, but there are not enough ventilators. They've told us that starting from now, we'll have to choose who to intubate. Priority will go to the youngest or those without comorbidities. At Niguardia, the other big hospital in Milan, they are not intubating anyone over age 60, which is really, really young. So that's like my mom. That's my mom's age. She's over 60. Yeah. So yeah, if you're a Gen Xer, we're talking about your boomer parents. They're the ones who are gonna die. They're the ones who are most at risk. And when they start rationing medical care because there's too many people, it's the old people who are going to get chosen, who got the sacrifice. So yeah, you should take this seriously. You should take this COVID ID seriously, or COVID-19 seriously. It's a big deal, dude. Your parents. This is your parents. Or it's your grandparents. That's basically who you're looking at. You know the people who like to watch Fox News and who think it's who think that the virus is just a hoax? They're the ones who are gonna die. So it's your duty as an American and as a citizen to not spread this disease, to do what you can to keep it, like, you know, wash your hands, don't infect other people if you get sick, like try to teach people that it's not just a hoax, but it's a real thing. Because that's the other bad thing, is the disinformation going around. That's going to be just as bad as the disease. I mean, disinformation in a way is kind of like a disease in itself. I mean, why would you? That's like That's like a cell that makes bad DNA. Like, it just keeps making bad DNA over and over and over again. Well, stop. You're making bad DNA, bad information. It's like, stop spreading it. Stop reproducing it. This is a big deal. I know, and it's ironic that the group most likely to not believe in the virus is the one most at risk of dying. And I don't know. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like. In Italy, they were showing a video of a place that had no pasta because panic buying. I guess, I don't know. People were panicking. Panicking doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do your parents any good. It does nobody any good. Russia would love it. Vladimir Putin would love if you panic, because Vladimir Putin wants bad things to happen to the United States. Did you hear that the news that Vladimir Putin just suggested that he should be able to serve longer terms in office, and the government's like, sure, okay, Vladimir Putin, if you want to be president for longer, you can do that. Yeah, Donald Trump would love if he could do that, but he doesn't. You know, the United States isn't a dictatorship like Russia, so no, he can't. But yeah, don't panic. Try to teach people about what's going on. One of the things they taught us was social distancing, and I failed that today. There was a big union meeting, and I went to it. That was silly. I mean, I tried not to like go near anyone and stuff, but I mean, the room was crowded and we're all eating, so who knows? We'll see the wisdom of that move in a couple days, or however long it takes for the symptoms to show up. Now, but if I got it, then that means someone in that room already has it, which means everyone else got it too. Oh man. Yeah, don't downplay the severity of this virus. Right. Use 1918 as your model, where millions of people died from the flu. That could easily happen to us. If our hospitals if too many people get sick at the same time, and our hospitals can't handle it. So Angela Merkel. Let's see. Here we go. Angela Merkel said that she expects 70% of the German population to become infected with this disease. I mean, that's huge. That's a huge number of people. And I think I read somewhere else that the outlook was 50% of Americans would get the disease here. Well, remember, from I can't remember how it is actually. I'm guessing something like only like 10% need hospitalization. Alright. Well, if only 10% need hospitalization, and you have like 10% and 50% of my town's population sick at the same time, that's like 75,000 people. Our hospital does not have 75,000 beds, or like, okay, and it's only 10% of 75,000. It's like, what, 7,000? 7,500? No, my hospital cannot handle 7,500 people for ICU. Can't do it. And I can't get help from Portland because Portland's going to have its ICU slammed. That's what's happening. Don't panic, but don't fall for the disinformation that it's not a big deal, because it's a big deal. Alright, I'm gonna fill up my chest here and then probably head back home. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Alright, almost there. Now I just ate this island. I ate half the island. Okay, what's the next thing? Oh, okay, yeah, this one. Alright, so this is a 48-year-old man in the United States who went to Italy, I think, and came back and came down with symptoms. So he went to the hospital. He had to go to the hospital. Alright, so let me tell you what this says. Wall Street Journal. Mark Tybalt was groggy and surrounded by beeping machines, but he was alert enough to know what it meant when he looked up and saw a priest wearing protective gear by his bedside at a hospital in Providence, Rhode Island. Holy cow, he thought to himself. I'm 48 years old and I'm getting my last rites. Tybalt, one of the first Americans diagnosed with the novel coronavirus, gave his first interview from the intensive care unit at the hospital where he had been there for 13 days, fighting the illness that attacked his lungs. The married father of two, who was a vice principal at a private school in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, tested positive for the virus last month after returning from a school trip to Europe that went through Italy. A feeling of sluggishness on the flight home led to growing fatigue, a dry cough, and something that resembled bronchitis. He eventually landed in the hospital with a breathing tube in his throat and another inserted for medicine to deal with pneumonia that developed in his lungs. It almost killed me, said Tybalt, who had slowly begun to get better. It's alarming when I hear people minimize it as simple cold. It's no simple cold for me. Ow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Like this. Yeah, no simple cold, dude. This is serious. This is 48 years old. So he's lucky because he's one of the first people in America to get it. So that means he got to go to the hospital. There was a bed for him. But when 300 people need to go to the hospital and there's no beds, what do? That's the dilemma that's coming. That's the dilemma they're having in Italy. So one way to do this is self-quarantine. If you get sick, that's one way. Don't spread it around. And number two is called social distancing, which just means you don't hang out in big groups, like I did today. That was so dumb. That's so dumb. Alright, we're out of here. We're out of here. Here. See me fly. Where am I going? That way. Funny weather conditions. There's the one chunk. That's funny. Yeah, and this whole area right here, that look at these chunks that are brand new. Look how they grew in, just like flat. Oh, that's funny. Over here, these funky chunks. All right, I gotta repair my shovel. It's about to break. But this is a real deal, guys. This coronavirus. It's serious. And yeah, this is how you know Donald isn't really on our side. It's because he doesn't really care about Americans. He's more about protecting his own interests than he cares about Americans. Take off my armor, hold out my shovel, and turn it on. Alright, so the way this works is I turned it on, which is quickly turning on and off this nether portal. And every time you turn it on and off, the nether portal generates pigment. Supposedly. Yeah, see, there you go. 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. Just pop out of nowhere. And then the fire that's all around, it relights it. And this clock, or this contraption here, it dumps water out of that dispenser. When the water comes out of that dispenser, it breaks the gate. So the fire and the lava makes the gate, and then the dispenser puts water there to break the gate as fast as possible to generate pigment. And it looks like that. The results end up looking like this. There's another one over there on that side. You can kind of see it through the wall. But yeah, and they come down here, and they get funneled into my little contraption there. Where they await destruction. So here we have them, all ready to feed, to repair my, oh yeah, and their goods are transferred to wherever. The rotten flesh gets dumped into lava, because who wants rotten flesh? Alright, so I turn on the conversion chamber, and yeah, I just blend, they get blended. It's like a blender. At the same time, the experience repairs my shovel. So now we see my shovel's at full health again. Thanks, pigmen! Put all my stuff back on. Yeah. And then any gold they produce, I keep, and they produce a lot of gold. A lot of gold. I just gotta leave the machine on to produce as many pigment as possible. And I can just sit here and then go do laundry or cook dinner or whatever. Alright, enough of that. Turn this off. Let's get out of here. This is old stuff. That's my breeding hall, my breeding chamber way up there. Yes, breeding villagers. Now they're just hanging out. If I had bone meal, I could go supercharge it, but that's okay. And then the children, they fall down the hole. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They fall down the hole. And they're here, awaiting their next destination. So, for a while, I was feeding them up to the iron farm. I might make a second iron farm, but I don't want to do it until other people test it. In the next, what am I doing? In the next update, because that's when this iron farm will become fully operational. Right now, it only produces 1/10 of the iron that the full farm should produce. And then this is a creeper farm. Yeah, and that design's by Navy Nexus. So was yeah. And this works great. I love this. It's amazing. That's an iron farm. Everything goes down into the chamber there. Now I came here because I also have my furnace array here. So this is where you put your input. I'm going to feed some sand to this machine. Sand goes in. Get some more sand. More sand goes in. So that's a lot of stacks of sand. I've done this before using just like 2 furnaces, and it takes ages. It takes forever for the furnace to be done. Let's see how this works. Look at the glass is coming up quick. Look at that. So yeah, basically the glass gets spat out there. And then comes up here and into my little collection box. That's how this works. And so yeah, this feeds them in one at a time into these furnaces, which then deposits its stuff down there when it's done cooking. So the sand is cooked in the glass. And look at this great stuff I can do with glass, right? Oh man, I love all this stuff. Look at this. Fantastic. It's amazing. Okay. Well, that's going. Let's talk about stuff. What else do I got here? Yeah, so here's the source where I got that. This is from Yashar. His tweet is the one I got it from. One of the first Americans to be diagnosed with coronavirus, a 48-year-old man from Rhode Island, shares his experience with the Wall Street Journal. It almost killed me. It's alarming when I hear people minimize it as a cold. It was no simple cold for me. Yup. What else do I got here? Oh yeah, Gwen Schneider. So I'm beginning to worry that COVID-19 neglect could be the final step in turning the migrant detention camps into de facto death camps if we aren't vigilant. So what's she talking about? Remember when that kid, that 16-year-old kid Carlos, was in the border patrol custody, and he had the flu? And they have video of this kid falling on the floor in a seizure and then vomiting. And then he comes out of the seizure and he stumbles over to the toilet where he collapses again, and then he dies. He isn't discovered until the morning by his roommate, his cellmate, who then alerts the authorities that, hey, this kid's dead in here. So it's already happened, in the concentration camps. It's already happening. If COVID-19 gets into those camps, where they're all crowded together and they get no medical care and no medical treatment, man, that's like millions of people. I wouldn't say millions. That's a lot of people dying. I mean, remember, Anne Frank didn't die to gas chambers or a firing squad. She died from disease. I think typhus. A disease. She got sick and no doctor would take care of her, so she died. Well, I mean, who's gonna take care of you in a concentration camp? I mean, the whole point of concentration camps is to kill you, which is why why did the United States have concentration camps? So yeah, be careful, because like in this next week things are gonna start getting nuts. You don't believe me, but I'm telling you, don't believe me. Believe people in China. Believe people in South Korea. Believe people in Italy. For sure, believe people in Italy. So here, Mike Jolette. On February 27th, Italy had 600 people infected with coronavirus. Today, it has 10,000 cases, and the entire country is on lockdown. That was 11 days ago. Guess how many people the U.S. has right now? 600. Now we have over 1,000. We already have over 1,000. So I think I got this 2 days ago, right? Yeah, March 9th. So I got this 2 days ago, and we've already doubled from 600 to over 1,000. That was in 2 days. In 2 days, we doubled it. In a week, Italy went from us to like 10,000. So that's the trajectory we're looking at. Can our hospitals handle that much? That's why you have to avoid social gatherings of large gatherings of people. Stupid fish. Because it just spreads and it's bad. Okay, let's talk about Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. So, what I've heard so far, well, I mean, Biden's running away with the delegates, and Bernie wants to hold on. And I'm like, okay, I respect Bernie's choice, like I respected Warren's choice. I didn't call for Warren to quit the race and endorse Bernie. I didn't say anything about what she did. It was her choice. It was all about her. That was her stuff. That was her decision to make. Same thing for Bernie. I'm not gonna tell him to drop out or endorse Biden, whatever. It's up to him. I'm gonna let him do his thing. And the thing he said is he's gonna stick in, but that Trump is the number one goal, to remove Trump. Because, yeah, Trump is a Russian asset. We all know this. I mean, yeah, of course you know this, right? Republicans know this. That's why they're Republicans, because they know Trump is a Russian asset. So, but, you know what, I don't think, yeah, I don't think Bernie should drop out. He should do whatever he wants to do. I'm not going to tell him what to do. He's probably not going to be the nominee. The way it looks right now, it looks like Biden's going to be the nominee. Okay, that's the way. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. I'm going to vote for Biden then. Because I'm not going to vote for Trump. Hell no. And so the people who say they're Bernie bros, who are hardcore Bernie, I'll only vote for Bernie. Man, you're dumb. Don't be dumb. Like, remember what Bernie always says. He says all the time, what does Bernie say? Not me, us. It's not me, it's us. So if you're a Bernie supporter and you say, "Oh, I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden," the hell's wrong with you? Were you ever listening to what Bernie was telling you? Did you ever listen? It's not about you, dude. It's not about you. It's about everyone. Us. Us. You do what's good for everyone, not just what you want for yourself. I mean, maybe Bernie would be better for everyone, but that's not what that's not where we ended up. That's not where we ended up. And if you sit out because Biden is the nominee, I mean, you never listened to Bernie. You were never about us. It was always about you. So, but I don't think Bernie should drop out. I don't think he should drop out. Now here's where I'm gonna get kind of dark. Because what are the like here's like a crazy thought. The job of these politicians, of these candidates, is to go out to the public and make their case and meet as many people as possible and shake their hands, kiss their babies, right? That's what you do when you're stumping and trying to win votes. But that's exactly what you don't do during a pandemic. You do not do that. You don't go out there. You do social distancing. But even with the social distancing and all these precautions, what if Biden or Sanders gets sick? What happens? And what if they die? Like, they're old, dude. That was like the kind of the point. They're old. They're in their 70s. And the death rate goes up a lot more when the older you get for COVID-19. It's conceivable that Bernie or Biden or Joe gets sick. They get really, really sick. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but it's possible, especially if they're going around kissing babies and shaking hands, like they have to do, because they gotta win, right? You gotta get the nomination. So then what? Oh man, what if Trump gets sick? He's up there in age. He's not the healthiest guy, this Trump. Like, I think the head doctor for Italy died from the virus. He got the virus and he died. The head doctor in Italy. So even if you're like well off, it doesn't matter if you're well off. It can still kill you if you're older. And Biden and Bernie, they're both older. That's why I don't think Elizabeth Warren should have ended her campaign. Maybe she had no money, but she should have she could have hung in there. And it's kind of like maybe it would have been bad form. Oh yeah, I'm sticking around in case you two get sick. I don't know. That's maybe bad form. Maybe not. But it's a possibility now. Especially when you consider like 70% of the country might get sick. 50% of the country. What if 50% of the country gets sick? Like, we're heading to dark times, and we're getting no leadership whatsoever from the federal government under Donald Trump. Donald Trump only cares about Donald Trump. Like, so the stock market crashed horribly, right? But for a little while, the next day, the stock market rallied. And that's known as a dead cat bounce. The cat's dead. It didn't just jump up and be like, "Hey!" It bounced because it hit the ground so hard. So imagine stocks go up, and then they just fall off a cliff. Then they're falling off a cliff, and then the next day, boom! All of a sudden they're going up 900. They drop like 2,000 points, right? But the next day, boom! They go up like 900 points. And the some people are like, oh look, that was just a scare, it's not real, keep putting money in. But other people are looking and going, no, that's a dead cat bounce, that thing's dead. And so it goes up and then goes back down, which is what it's doing. What happened? What caused that dead cat bounce to bounce so high? What made it bounce so high? Donald Trump put out the suggestion that we eliminate the payroll tax. The payroll tax is the tax that we assess to put into Social Security. So what Donald Trump says, there's a coronavirus, we should get rid of Social Security. That's what he's saying. That's what Donald Trump is saying, essentially. Because if you don't pay into it, then it's gone. It's not there anymore. And that's what Donald Trump wants and the Republicans want to do. They do not like Social Security. Donald Trump and the Republicans have always tried to get rid of Social Security. Ever since it was made. I wouldn't say the Republicans, but the business people. They've always wanted to get rid of Social Security. So Donald Trump making this proposal is not making this proposal to help the country. He's making this proposal to kill Social Security. That's not leadership. That's predatory. That's predator behavior. Donald Trump is acting like a predator. Oh, look, a moment of weakness, I can attack. Yeah, Donald Trump is no leader. We're in some big trouble, guys. We're in trouble. Things are going down. Oh! Ow. That was gonna be cool, and nope, not cool. So yeah, Donald Trump trying to kill Social Security, not leading the country, not helping out, denying that there's the coronavirus. His lies are being repeated on Fox News, and those lies get eaten up by baby boomers. Baby boomers are the population most susceptible to coronavirus, and they're the ones most targeted for misinformation. Ow. Alright, how long have I been going? Ooh, for a while. Do you got anything else to talk about? Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. Boomers conditioned to watch television. For real. I don't understand what it is with boomers. Like my parents, my dad is gonna pay like $100 a month for cable just to watch the local news. It's so dumb. And he can sit there and watch TV all day. And I know my dad's not like special. A lot of boomers do that. If you watch the old sitcoms, that's what they did. I think that's what makes me so different, is that I don't get any information from television. I read, or news, or anything. I don't listen to anything. I don't watch anything. All the information I get from reading. So that's why I can't pronounce certain things, because I've never heard it said. I read everything. But I think there's some kind of deal that with information that's visual, that's like in video format, maybe like it lulls people to sleep or something. Because yeah, like it's comforting. Like I know when I'm in a room with the television on, that dominates. Like I can't compete with the television. If the television's on and I'm trying to talk to my family, the television will win out. I can't compete with it because it's always on. And it's so attention grabbing to certain populations, like my parents. So maybe that's why Fox News works so good on them. It's because that's like the generation for it. But yeah, I was talking to someone of the boomer age, and they were saying that the coronavirus was not real, that it's a hoax, and that it's not serious. But it was also invented by someone, not just natural. And then they tried to tell me that Bill Clinton sold the Grand Canyon to the Chinese, and that she doesn't like Bill Clinton anymore because he sold the Grand Canyon to the Chinese. And I'm like, who told you that? And she's like, my friend who watches Fox News. And I'm like, okay, did you look it up? And she's like, yeah, I looked it up on the internet, and it's true. I'm like, where did you look it up? And then she sent me the website where she got it. Guess where it was from? The Weekly World News. The weeklyworldnews.com. This is a supermarket tabloid that is most famous for Bat Boy. Remember Bat Boy from the supermarkets? Yeah, Bat Boy. That's where she learned that Donald, or that Bill Clinton sold the Grand Canyon to the Chinese from Weekly World News, a tabloid, a supermarket tabloid. Like, I don't know, Men in Black, is that real? I don't know. What's happening? What year is it? I don't know. Oh man. Oh, ouch. Okay. So yeah, like, information is like water. It's all over the place. It's free. You can get it and drink as much of it as you want. But don't think that all water is equal. Not all water is not equal. Sometimes the water you get is clean. It's been distilled. It's put in a proper container. There's nothing living in it. Nothing's been used in it. It hasn't gone. It's pure water. And sometimes the water is a puddle on the ground, and dogs have been pissing in it. And there's organisms and bacteria living in it. You're free to drink the water that's clean and distilled and pure, or you can drink the piss puddle filled with bacteria, and it will make you sick. You can drink it. It's free. You can drink it. It doesn't mean you should, but you can do it. Information is the same way. There's information from trusted sources where the information is good. It's not lies. It's honest. It gives the information that you get is going to inform you and lead you closer to the truth. And then there's information that we call lies. The source is very bad. It comes from liars. It comes from untrustworthy sources. You can't trust the source. The source in the past has uttered other lies. So there's a good chance that anything else they say is a lie too. But you can listen to good information, and you can listen to bad information. It's a free country. But the bad information is going to make you sick. It's going to feed you with bad information, and you're going to make choices that are ill-informed, and they're going to lead to bad consequences. You're free to drink from the piss puddle, but it's going to make you sick. It's going to make you feel not good. It's going to be disgusting. People aren't going to want to associate with you anymore. You're going to say, hey, do you want to share food? They're like, no, that's cool, dude. You have to evaluate the sources of your information. You can't just believe everything you read on the internet. Like, my God, oh my God. And that's the problem. Boomers don't know how to, I think they have a hard time distinguishing between sources of information. I think a lot of them get the information off the television. And television, I think, is like the worst way to get your information. Sure, it's quick and easy. Like, you don't have to read nothing, and like it's all pre-digested, But man, it can lead you wrong. Even on the internet, it can lead you wrong. Okay, what else is going on? Oregon Republicans. For the second year in a row, Oregon Republicans ditched work and didn't show up because they knew if they went to work, they would lose a vote. And so they wouldn't go to work because they would lose a vote. This is the second year in a row they've done this. And because they've done this, there was a big flood in Umatilla County. Big flood, Umatilla. A lot of people need help. The state of Oregon has the money to help them. But since the Republicans, the Oregon Republicans, ditched work, those bills didn't get passed. So the state of Oregon can't help those people who got displaced by the flood. Oregon Republicans sacrificed those flood victims in order to stop this bill. It's a bill to do a cap and trade system like California, to address climate change. But therein lies the problem. Republicans don't believe in climate change. They don't believe it. They read the numbers, they go, yeah, I don't believe these numbers. Like Donald Trump doesn't believe in the coronavirus. They're the same way. Coronavirus is basically an enhanced, a quick version of climate change. All the scientists are telling you this is terrible, act now. And yet Donald Trump and his followers going, nope, I don't believe in science. I can't understand it, so I'm not going to follow it. Well, you're going to get sick anyways. Bunch of people are going to die, and you guys are sitting there with your thumbs up your butt. That's what we're fighting, this disinformation. It's so stupid on multiple levels. So, it's funny because, Bernie Sanders did not do well against Joe Biden in the polls. And one of the criticisms I heard was that the young people didn't show up for Bernie Sanders. Yeah, they like Bernie Sanders, but they didn't show up for him. They didn't come out and vote. And they're like, ha ha ha, look at you stupid young people who didn't come out and vote. Ha ha ha, that's what you deserve. Right? You're like, us older folk, we're wise. We're wiser than you, and we show up to vote, and we voted for Biden, who we like. We don't like your Bernie Sanders, and you couldn't show up to vote for him. Wait a minute. There were tons and tons and tons of examples of polling that was restricted to just a few areas. And the lines were hours and hours and hours long. You find me, a 30-year-old man or woman, kids or no, you show me, if you find me a 30-year-old man who's got 7 hours to wait in line to vote, 5 hours to wait in line to vote. Just tell them, just take a day off of work, right? Just tell your boss that you're taking the time off to go vote, and it might take 5 hours, the rest of the day. I'm sure your boss will be okay with it. Whatever, dude, they'll fire you. They'll fire you if you do that. So these old people are yep, we made a voting system where young people can't vote. And that way we can make our choices look valid. So it could be that Biden really is the most popular. It could be, fine. But don't be blaming young people for the Democrats having a messed up voting system with messed up machines. Why are you even using machines? Why don't you use hand-marked paper ballots? Voter-marked, hand-marked paper ballots. That's the way you got to go, because every other way is hackable. And then you wouldn't have these problems where the machines crash and you can't have votes, and now the voting line is 7 hours long. Yeah, man, I can't. Yeah, it makes me angry when you blame young people for that. You have a voting system that works first, and then you can start blaming young people. May I suggest Oregon's system? Oregon's voting system is universal vote by mail. Every voter, 3 weeks before the election, every voter gets sent a ballot in the mail. So what that means is that you check your mail. Oh, there's my ballot. You go home. Yeah, in your pajamas, like drinking your coffee or whatever. You sit there. You look at this person. You type it into Google to see who this person is. You go, oh, okay. Type into Google to see this other person. Okay, and then you make an informed choice. You can take as long as you want. There's no lines, no nothing. You're in your pajamas. You're naked. Who cares? Anywhere. Any way you want to be, you can be. And then you just put it in the mailbox. Done. No lines. You don't have to fill out a separate form for absentee ballot. You don't need to show your ID because you're already registered. You showed your ID when you registered. None of that nonsense. And Oregon has the highest rate of voter participation in the country. There it is. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to buy these millions and millions of dollars of electronic voting machines that only get hacked anyways, or break down and crash, and cost millions of dollars. All you have to do is send out people a ballot. And then that means your voting lines on voting day will be like nothing, hardly anything. Because if you decide, oh, I don't like my choices, show up on voting day and vote, and then your mail-in ballot is automatically invalidated, and your vote day choices are kept. It's so easy, and it's so easy. I don't know why everyone's flipping out trying to create brand new things. We've already figured it out. We already got it. It's like you're trying to introduce problems by getting these machines. Just do what Oregon does, and everything's done. Everything's fixed. Then you can complain to young people that they're not voting, because at that point you have no excuse. You have none. You're not at work. Your kids aren't stopping you from doing it. You don't need a babysitter. You have plenty of time. We'll mail it to you. I think there's a law. You don't even need a stamp anymore. they'll just put it in the mailbox. So easy. Federal Circuit Court upholds lower court ruling regarding Mueller unredacted report. Yeah, so the outlaw Billy Barr redacted the Mueller report and won't let Congress see the full report. That way, he can protect Donald Trump. And the Democrats said, okay, well, we need since we're gonna do oversight, we need our special committee to be able to see the unredacted report. And Bob Barr was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's weird, because in the Nixon case, they did it like that. They did it super quick. They did it right away. They said, okay, here's the unredacted report. Here you go. But Billy Barr is hiding it from Congress. Wonder why? Well, because he's protecting Donald Trump. That's why. Donald Trump's whole strategy was to move everything to the courts, where it would take forever to resolve anything. And that's what's happening. The Mueller's report came out a year ago. Donald Trump has already been impeached. And Bill Barr has still not given the unredacted report to Congress. Because the courts take a long time. And that's what Donald Trump was counting on. That's what Billy Barr was counting on. On it taking so long that people forgot. Well, it's getting that much closer now. Three judges ruled 2 to 1 that Congress should get the unredacted report. A Bush judge and a Clinton judge said yes, Congress should get the unredacted report. But the Trump judge said no, we should hide the report from Congress. Yep, that's the problem with Trump judges. The judges that Trump picks are all corrupt. More rockets. Oh, it's green. These are actual fireworks. Dump some of the stuff in there. Blah, blah, blah. Put this stuff away. A bunch of sand. Oh yeah, I forgot I was cooking sand over there. I should go back. The machine won't break because it's all in one chunk. Still pumping it out? 19. Yeah, a lot. What's going on? Why aren't you spitting it out? Why isn't it getting spat out? 20? Come on, it's like backing up now. Yeah, I don't see it getting spat out. I gotta go look. Why aren't you coming out? Oh, I see the problem. Because there's a furnace here. And the furnace got pushed down into the water stream. So I gotta turn this off. Yeah, I didn't stop it before I left. I unloaded it, so I did break it. Stop. So let me unbreak it here. Okay, so this is a dispenser. Oh, where'd my dispenser go? It's right down there. Oh, okay. All right. So goes dispenser. Hopper in this dispenser. Furnace. Glass. It's coming down, and then I'll get pushed that way and then go up. Okay. Yep, now it's spitting it out. See, now the glass is coming out. Okay. More trouble than it's worth. Maybe it's not all in one chunk. I don't have it up and down in one chunk. Yeah, now it's working. Okay. What else was I talking about? Oh yeah, Fed Circuit. Trump judge dissented. Yeah, that was a bad judge. Oregon Republicans bailing. Yep. Yep. Donald won't declare a state of emergency. Yep. Oh yeah, Donald wanted to bail out the oil companies. He wants to bail out the hotels and airlines. So it's funny that he wants all these. He already bailed out the farmers because of his bad policies. Now he's trying to bail out all these companies. Why is it okay to bail out companies, but Donald never offers to bail out people? Like, if you want to really save the United States, you want to really help out the United States, like, triple the food stamp allotment. Well, maybe not triple it, but like invest in food stamps. Like, give out more food stamps. Help people out. Help the poor people out. That's the way you stimulate the economy. You don't give bailouts to rich executives of industries who are suffering because their policies are bad. I mean, that's just dumb. So many bad things. So many things. So things are gonna get crazy with the coronavirus. But you gotta know it's not a hoax and that we're in this together. Like, that's how Italy's got through it. That's how China got through it. That's how South Korea got through it. They got through it together by helping each other out. So you may have neighbors who are going to be sick and they need help. And like, you got to do what you can do to help them out. And we're going to be hit hard here because our government isn't helping us out, and because like our society is already suffering pretty bad. There's not much of a safety net for people. They don't have sick days, and yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be wild. All right, guys, I've been talking for like ever, so I'm gonna let it go here. and I'll see you on the normal time for my normal show, Redstone Lapis Lazuli, on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. And until next time, all right, this is PoGokeRo out. Peace.